You have worked for 30 or 40 years to reach this moment. $100,000 is a significant milestone that represents decades of sacrifice and discipline. It is a symbol of your hard work and the foundation of your future independence. But as we navigate the financial landscape of 2026, the rules of the game have changed. Inflation continues to be a persistent shadow, and the market is more complex than ever before. Many people in their 50s and 60s look at this amount and wonder if it is truly enough to protect them in their later years. The fear is real and it is justified. You are not just worried about making money anymore. You are worried about losing what you have already built to hidden fees, unnecessary taxes, and the silent erosion of your purchasing power. Choosing the right place to grow this $100,000 is one of the most important decisions you will make this decade. Today, we are going to look at two of the most powerful names in the investment world, Fidelity and Vanguard. Both of these giants offer paths to wealth, but they are built on very different foundations. One promises zero fees, while the other offers a legacy of stability and investor ownership. If you make the wrong choice, you could be leaving tens of thousands of dollars on the table over the next 20 years. Money that should be used for your travel, your health care, or your legacy. Let us start by looking at what an index fund actually is, and why it remains the gold standard for tree in 2026. An index fund is a simple and effective way to own a small piece of almost every major company in the United States. Instead of trying to find the next big winner, you simply buy the whole market. Historically, this has been the most reliable way for ordinary people to build extraordinary wealth. But not all index funds are created equal. In one corner, we have Fidelity with their Zero Total Market Index Fund, known by the symbol FZROX. In the other corner, we have Vanguard with their Total Stock Market Index Fund, known as VTSAX. At first glance, the choice seems obvious. Fidelity charges 0% in management fees. Vanguard charges 0.04% on a $100,000 investment. That 0.04% at Vanguard equals $40 per year. Fidelity's cost is zero. For many people, free is an irresistible offer. But in the world of high finance, nothing is ever truly free. You have to ask yourself, why a multi-billion-dollar corporation like Fidelity would offer something for nothing? The answer lies in the structure of their business. Fidelity is a for-profit company. They use their zero-fee funds as a way to get you in the door. Once you are there, they can earn money from you in other ways, such as lending out your shares to short sellers or cross-selling you higher fee services. There is also a hidden technical trap with FZROX that most people do not realize until it is too late. FZROX is what we call a proprietary fund. This means it can only exist within the Fidelity ecosystem. If you ever decide to move your money to a different brokerage like Charles Schwab or Vanguard, you cannot simply transfer the fund. You would be forced to sell your shares, turn them into cash, and then move that cash. If you hold this fund in a regular taxable brokerage account, selling those shares will trigger a capital gains tax bill. If your investment has grown significantly, that tax bill could be thousands of dollars. Suddenly, the $40 a year you saved on fees seems like a very small amount compared to the tax trap you have just walked into. This is why we must look deeper than just the headline expense ratio. Now let us look at the philosophy of Vanguard. Vanguard was founded on a revolutionary idea by Jack Bogle. The company is owned by the funds, which are in turn owned by the investors. This means that when you invest in VTSAX, you are essentially a part owner of the company. There are no outside shareholders demanding higher profits. Their only goal is to lower costs for you. VTSAX has been around since 1992. It has survived the dot-com bubble, the great financial crisis of 2008, and the more recent market shifts of the early 2020s. This long track record provides a level of psychological security that is hard to put a price on. When you are 60 years old, peace of mind is just as valuable as a few extra dollars in returns. Let us run the numbers on your $100,000 investment over a longer period. We will assume an average annual return of 7%, which is a conservative estimate for a total market index. After 10 years, your $100,000 would grow to approximately $196,000 in either fund. The difference in fees would be around $500 in favor of Fidelity. After 20 years, your portfolio would be worth roughly $386,000. The gap in fees has now grown to about $2,000. By the time you reach 30 years of investing, the difference is around $6,000. While $6,000 is not a small amount, we have to weigh it against the flexibility and tax efficiency of the fund. VTSAX is highly portable. You can move it to almost any major brokerage in the world without being forced to sell. This flexibility is a massive advantage if you ever become unhappy with your current brokerage service. Another critical factor for 2026 is tax efficiency. Vanguard has a unique patented structure that allows its mutual funds to be as tax efficient as exchange-traded funds. They are masters at minimizing the capital gains distributions that can hit your tax return every year. For someone in a high tax bracket or someone who relies on their Social Security income, every extra dollar of taxable distribution can have a ripple effect on their finances. Fidelity's zero-fee funds are newer and do not have the same long-term data regarding tax management in a taxable account. So, how do you make the final decision? It comes down to where you are holding the money. If you are investing your $100,000 inside a tax-advantaged account, like a Roth IRA or a 401k, the tax trap of Fidelity disappears. In those accounts, you can sell and buy funds without any tax consequences. In that specific scenario, Fidelity's FZROX is a fantastic choice for minimizing costs to the absolute bone. However, if you are using a regular brokerage account, the safety and portability of Vanguard's VTSAX often make it the superior choice. The ability to avoid a forced liquidation and a massive tax bill in the future is worth much more than the $40 a year in fees. We must also consider the sage perspective on wealth management. At 55 or 60, your goal is no longer just accumulation. It is about preservation and strategic withdrawal. You are likely looking toward the 4% rule, or perhaps a more modern 3.5% withdrawal rate given today's valuations. On a portfolio of $100,000, a 4% withdrawal gives you $4,000 a year. When combined with your Social Security, this provides a steady floor for your lifestyle. You need your investment vehicle to be a fortress. You need to know that the company holding your life savings will not change its fee structure or its business model overnight to satisfy hungry shareholders. Vanguard's mutual ownership provides that structural guarantee. Fidelity is a great company, but it is ultimately a private, family-controlled firm that must remain profitable. As we look at the year 2026, we see a world where the gap between the wealthy and the middle class is often defined by who understands these subtle details. It is not about who works the hardest anymore. It is about who makes their money work the most efficiently. It is about avoiding the fee leakage that can drain your retirement tank before you reach your destination. Remember that you are not just investing for yourself. You are investing for the version of you that will be 80 years old. That person will thank you for choosing a stable, portable, and transparent paths. Do not be distracted by the marketing of zero. Zero is a powerful psychological tool, but it often masks a different kind of cost. Always read the fine print regarding portability and tax distributions. The investment world in 2026 is full of shiny new objects and complicated apps, but the most successful investors are often the ones who stick to the boring, tried-and-true methods. Total market index funds are the ultimate set-it-and-forget-it strategy. They allow you to stop staring at the charts and start spending time with your family, your hobbies, and your community. The peace of mind that comes from knowing you own the entire American economy is priceless. Whether you choose Fidelity or Vanguard, the most important step is that you stay invested. The power of compounding only works if you stay in the market through the ups and the downs. If you are feeling overwhelmed, remember that you do not have to be a financial genius to succeed. You just have to be disciplined and aware of the costs. Start by looking at your current accounts. Are you paying more than 0.1% for your index funds? If the answer is yes, you are losing money every single day. Move your $100,000 into a low-cost leader and let time do the heavy lifting. You have earned the right to a comfortable and independent retirement. Do not let a few basis points of fees or a hidden tax trap stand in your way. Take control of your financial destiny today. Be the person who knows exactly where every dollar is going. Be the person who values stability over hype. In the long run, your future self will be glad you took the time to understand the difference between free and truly valuable. Thank you for your time and your attention. The journey to financial independence is a marathon, not a sprint. Keep learning, keep saving, and stay focused on the things that truly matter. Your $100,000 is a seed. Protect it, nourish it, and watch it grow into the forest that will sustain you for the rest of your life. Investment is an act of hope for the future. By making the right choice today, you are securing that hope for yourself and your loved ones. Stay wise, stay patient, and stay invested. Everything you need for a secure future is already within your reach. It all starts with a single, informed decision. Choose the path that gives you the most freedom and the most security. You deserve nothing less. Good luck on your journey toward financial peace of mind in 2026 and beyond. The market will fluctuate, but your strategy should remain as solid as a rock. Trust the math, trust the history, and most importantly, trust yourself. You have come this far, and the best is yet to come. Take a deep breath and look at your portfolio with new eyes. The choice between Fidelity and Vanguard is now clear. Pick the one that aligns with your specific account type and your long-term goals for flexibility. Once you have made the move, you can rest easy, knowing you have optimized your wealth for the years ahead. The world of finance is yours to master. Be consistent, be calm, and be confident in your decisions. Your retirement is the reward for a life well lived. Make sure it is as prosperous and stress-free as possible. The road ahead is bright for those who pay attention to the details. Keep moving forward, one step at a time. Your financial fortress is being built brick by brick, and today you have just laid a very important foundation. Focus on the long term and ignore the noise of the daily news cycle. Your future is in your hands. Make it a great one.